As you can see right here behind me, there is some licorice fern.
Wait, he's doing a thing!
Licorice fern is amazing. It grows all over the place over here on hardwood trees. This piece actually just fell, so it's easy to get to. And it's really, really a good seasoning. Not the fern part itself, but the roots is what you want. So this grows on hardwood trees, and it grows through the moss, and the rhizome is like underneath here, underneath the moss, and it spreads out. So what we gotta try to do is get the rhizome out.
Once again, we're just in the forest behind our house.
Yes. There we are. You can usually just kind of gently pull. Alright, so just get that excess moss and we'll put it right back in its spot because moss is pretty. And so we're gonna clean it. This is what we're looking for, the rhizome. Flavor profile is a cross between ginger and licorice. So we'll collect a few of these. It's a perfect spot too, because got, ooh, that's a big rhizome. It's very important to do your research before harvesting this, because in many places it is very much illegal to harvest the licorice fern, because it is considered a protected plant in a lot of areas. Now, that being said, it is abundant here, and this is private property, and we are not taking more than what we plan to use. You can also, in many places, harvest this plant with having a permit to do so. Either way, do your research. Don't just go grabbing stuff, and especially don't grab stuff from state-run and national parks and established trails. The licorice fern was a very important medicinal plant in a number of Native American tribes. It was used raw, boiled, or baked. The rhizomes were chewed for their licorice flavor and used as remedy against colds, coughs, and sore throats. So it is also known for its phytoestrogens, hence the feminine nature of the licorice fern. It's also known as sweet root. The gender of this plant is feminine. The planet is Venus. The element is water. And the chakra color is violet. Primarily used in sex and love magic, mostly because of its estrogenic properties. It is also very strong and in using for protection. Also, make sure you leave some the rhizomes, even though this is dead and rotting wood here. Probably get a couple more seasons of this, so make sure you leave some so it'll spread again. Got our bag of licorice fern. First, remove the rhizomes from the fern, and basically just clip the fern off. And we have this pretty fern. But it is gorgeous. That grows. It's so cool. So I'm just going to set those aside for right now. And I'm going to cut the rest of these up. Wifey! I need that! No! Wifey stole my strainer. She's using it for something else. And gave me this little tiny one. Anyways. Got the ferns separated from the rhizomes. And there is a little bit of moss bits that were stuck on there. I decided to put the rest of the moss right here on this maple tree that hasn't started to sprout its new leaves yet. Another maple right here. Still hadn't cleaned everything up for spring, but as you can see, I put moss in it last year and it's loving life. Also put some moss in our bamboo planter. There's a little brown right on there, but for the most part, last year did this and it's quite happy. And look, I have some chamomile that's starting to grow.
A few moments later.
Got all the little root bits and stuff, the little, I don't know what is that, just the roots and dirt and gunk. And we are left with these gorgeous rhizomes, and this is what you want right here. And all this gunk is gonna go in with the compost. I'm gonna have to rinse them off real good and try to get some of the peeling off of it. Just that outer layer of skin. See, some of them already started coming off. So as you're rinsing it, you're gonna get that little layer of skin off of there. So let's get to it.
A few inches later.
This is pretty much what you're gonna be left with. It's nice and pretty. Maybe there's a little bit of the skin left, but not much. It's perfectly fine. You can see the difference. And I did discover a little way to make this a little bit easier. It may seem a little weird, but took a little piece of a kitchen scrubby thing to brace the skin off. Works pretty good. So here we go. Just like that, it's done. Just playing. That took a lot of effort. It was a little bit tedious, but you know what? It's worth it. And this stuff is going to last me quite a while, too.
Meanwhile.
Pretty! You can actually eat these just like this raw. And it is so good. It's like candy.
Eventually.
Time to do a little choppy. Just like that. It is done. That's right. Licorice Fern Infused Vodka.
At least that's the idea.
It's gonna be delicious. It's gonna be amazing. Doo-ba-doo-ba-doo. There we go. Gonna let that sit for a week or two. Licorice Fern Vodka. Several months ago, we made some ginseng infused vodka, and it is quite amazing.
It has a lot of cool health benefits and whatnot. Don't drink a lot of that at once.
Yeah, that's more for medicinal stuff.
Meanwhile.
I missed some. That was your fault.
Fail.
170 degrees. Try it. Keep the door slightly open for efficient airflow. Wifey made a mess.
1 hour later. 6 hours later.
So much later that the old narrator got tired of waiting and they had to hire a new one.
So let that air dry the rest of the way to make sure, but we should be able to powder it soon.
1 eternity later.
Coffee grinder. Stuff. Take an Old Spice thing. And with that, you have your very own Licorice Fern spice.
And I'm about to taste it. Yum 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 yum.
It's good.
It is good.
Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you never miss out on anything else. Share this with your various social medias, your friends. It really helps the channel grow. If you have any comments or suggestions, please use that comment section below. And we will see you next time.
Check out the other foraging videos on that corner.
Do it. Do it now.
We have other things too.